A racist white woman humiliates a black man on a plane and she is shocked to discover the real identity of the black man, Tom. Johnson stepped onto Flight 287 and made his way toward his seat near the emergency exit. A few rows back, Karen White watched him over her magazine. Something about him seemed off to her. Her fingers drummed nervously on the armrest. "Excuse me," Karen said quietly, as Linda, the flight attendant, passed by. "That man near the emergency exit, is it really safe to have someone like him sitting there?" Linda's smile never faltered. "I assure you, ma'am, everyone on board has gone through security. Our seating arrangements comply with safety regulations." Karen's lips tightened. "With everything you hear on the news these days, it's better to be cautious, isn't it? If there's anything specific you're concerned about, please let me know," Linda said politely, and continued down the aisle. Karen watched Linda walk away, irritation flickering in her chest. She returned her gaze to Tom, who was now reaching into his bag. Her mind started racing. What was he hiding? Tom, unaware of the attention, pulled out his medication and checked the label, then resumed reading. Linda whispered to her colleague Jim, "Keep an eye on seat 18C. The passenger in 22A seems agitated about him." As the plane taxied down the runway, Karen's gaze never left Tom. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. After takeoff, Tom took out a water bottle from his bag. Karen's discomfort grew. What was he hiding in there? Unable to shake her unease, Karen signaled for Linda. "That man keeps checking his bag like he's nervous about something inside it. I really think you should look into it." Linda remained calm. "Unless there's a clear indication of something amiss, we can't inspect other passengers' belongings without reason. His behavior appears normal." Karen's face tightened. "People like him, they always act normal until they don't. We can't just sit here and do nothing. Everyone on this flight has gone through screening. Please try to relax," Linda said. Karen huffed. "You people never take things seriously until it's too late." Karen tried rallying other passengers. She leaned to her neighbor. "Did you notice that man near the exit? Doesn't he seem off to you?" "He looks fine to me," the woman replied hesitantly, turning back to her magazine. Karen's frustration mounted. If no one else was going to take this seriously, she would have to. Every time Tom reached for his bag, Karen's anxiety spiked. She leaned to an elderly man next to her. "Have you noticed that man? He keeps checking his bag. Doesn't that seem suspicious?" "I'm sure it's nothing," he said dismissively. Karen tried another passenger. "Doesn't he seem off to you? Like he's hiding something?" "I think he's just reading," the young woman said slowly. Karen's patience snapped. "He's been acting strange since we boarded. I've told the flight attendant, but no one's doing anything. Maybe it's best to leave it to the flight crew," the woman replied uncomfortably. Karen's voice rose, drawing attention. "What if it's too late by then? What if something happens, and we could have prevented it?" A few passengers turned to look at Tom, who remained unaware. Linda moved toward Karen's seat, her voice low but firm. "Ma'am, I need you to keep your voice down. What seems to be the problem? That man is acting suspiciously. He's checking his bag over and over. He's up to something." Karen gestured toward Tom. "Ma'am, I've spoken with you about this before. We cannot interfere without concrete evidence of a threat." "Please calm down," Linda said professionally. Karen's voice grew louder. "You're just going to sit back and wait until something terrible happens." Passengers started to murmur. Tom finally looked up, confusion crossing his face. "Ma'am, raising your voice and alarming other passengers isn't going to help. Please lower your voice, or I'll have to ask the captain to get involved," Linda said. Karen stood up abruptly, her face flushed. "You're all blind. Something is wrong, and I'm not going to sit here and do nothing." Whispers spread among passengers. Linda tried to guide her back. "Ma'am, please sit down." Karen shook Linda's hand off, pointing at Tom. "He's hiding something. I demand that his bag be searched right now." Tom closed his book calmly. "Ma'am, I assure you, there's nothing dangerous in my bag. I'm just trying to have a peaceful flight like everyone else." "What are you hiding in there?" Karen's eyes blazed. Linda stepped between them. "That's enough. Please, ma'am, take your seat." Flight attendants gently but firmly guided Karen back to her seat. Tom stayed seated, his face unreadable. He picked up his book and began reading again. Karen couldn't stand it anymore. She unbuckled her seatbelt and walked toward Tom. Karen's voice was loud. "I want to know what's in that bag right now." Tom stayed calm. "Please sit down. You're causing a scene." Linda rushed over. "Ma'am, you need to return to your seat." Karen shook her off. "No, I won't sit down until he opens that bag." Linda turned to Tom, almost pleading. "Sir, could you please show her the contents of your bag? Maybe this can all be resolved peacefully." Tom nodded slowly. He unzipped his bag and pulled out a clear plastic case. "This is medication. I have a heart condition, and I need to keep this with me at all times." Linda nodded, relieved. "There's nothing dangerous here." But Karen shook her head. "No, you're lying. You have to be—" "Ma'am, I'm not lying. This is the truth." "Please sit down," Tom said calmly. "Can't you all see? He's trying to trick us. We have to search him properly." Karen's eyes darted around. "Ma'am, that's enough. Please sit down now," Linda said firmly. Karen reached for Tom's bag. Tom gently but firmly took her wrist. "Ma'am, please don't do this." Karen yanked her hand back. "You're all in on it. You're all protecting him. Flight attendants escorted Karen to the back of the plane. Tom picked up his book again. At the back, Karen sat fuming. He's lying. People like him always have an excuse. Linda kept her voice soothing. Mr. Johnson showed us his medication. There is no indication that he's a threat. Please, try to calm down. He's dangerous. I know it, Karen insisted. If you continue to cause a disturbance, we'll have no choice but to involve law enforcement when we land, Linda warned. Tom stood up carefully and pulled out his badge. Excuse me? May I have everyone's attention for a moment? The cabin quieted. Tom held up his badge clearly. My name is Detective Tom Johnson. I'm an undercover police detective with the New York Police Department. I've been on assignment, and the medication in my bag is for a heart condition. I assure you, there is no threat here. Some passengers looked relieved, others surprised. But Karen's voice rang out from the back. You're lying. How do we know that badge is real? Tom turned to face her steadily. Ma'am, you can call my department and verify my identity. The number is on the back of the badge. I'm just trying to do my job and get to my destination safely. I don't believe you. This is all a trick. Karen's face was flushed. Ma'am, I understand you're scared, but I promise you, there's nothing to fear from me. When we land, you're welcome to have the authorities verify everything, Tom said softly. Ma'am, please sit down. Everything is under control. Linda stepped forward. Karen looked around, seeing the other passengers watching her. She realized she had no support. Slowly, she sank back into her seat. Tom walked back to his seat and picked up his book. The plane began its descent. Captain Harris's voice announced their approach to Los Angeles. Linda paused at Tom's seat. We're almost there. Thank you for your patience. I just want to get through this without any more issues. You've handled everything well, Tom nodded, as the plane touched down. There was a collective sigh of relief. The cabin door opened and uniformed security officers stepped inside. Linda motioned them toward Karen. Ma'am, we need you to come with us. We'd like to have a word with you about the incident during the flight. Karen's eyes widened. No, I haven't done anything wrong. It's him. He's the one you should be arresting. She pointed at Tom. Ma'am, we just need to speak with you. The officer remained calm. Karen stood abruptly. You're all in on it. You're protecting him. The second officer gently but firmly took Karen's arm. Ma'am, we need you to calm down. Please come with us. No, this isn't right. Karen tried to pull away. The officers guided Karen toward the exit, her protests echoing through the cabin. Passengers watched in silence, some shocked, others relieved. Tom remained seated, watching as Karen was led off the plane. Linda returned to his side, exhausted but relieved. The situation was finally over.